everyone. You're welcome to Voice Mind Podcast. Today is episode 3. I'm really excited because I have a remarkable woman with me, our first guest on the podcast. Let's give Mrs. Folashade Odulami a very warm welcome.
Good morning. Hi, viewers at home. I'm Mrs. Odulami.
Thank you, Mrs. Odulami. Mrs. Odulami is a wife, a mother, and an entrepreneur. She's here to come and share a story living with dyslexia as an adult. So please, let's get into the show and begin to learn and understand what it feels like to have dyslexia. So what business do you do?
I'm into sportswear making. I make sportswear, I sew streetwear, I do printing, and the rest.
That's good. That means you're making a lot of money even in this Nigeria and some people are complaining.
It can only be good. We are just managing.
Thank you for sharing that. And I hope the business is thriving well.
Wow, with the grace of God.
Okay, it is. Okay, thank you. Okay, so can we get into the question? I want to know what your childhood was like. How did you discover that you have dyslexia? What was your childhood like in school, at home?
Being dyslexic is not an easy thing. It's like you're coming from another world to another world. A world where they don't understand where you're going, who you are. Even you yourself as a child, you don't understand who you really are. They are teaching you, but it's like they are just pouring water inside a basket. Not like that. Me growing up, I did not attend any private school. All my life is been in public school. And imagine that growing up as a dyslexia and growing up going to public school, how will it be? It's so terrible. It's not something that I wish to remember at time. But I just want to share so that others will learn from me. So growing up in class, pointing at you to come and read from board, and even looking at the board, you are tired. Teaching you are tired. Trying to copy from board is something on its own. Because when others are done, you are still, maybe, let me give an example. Maybe you want to write like come. So you have to look at board like 4 times before you're able to write. Where others are even done writing. So when the teacher asks that, are you done with your work? Others will say yes. Maybe you are the only one or 2 people are not done. Even the rest, maybe they are just in 1 or 2 line. But maybe you are in the 3rd line. So you can also say yes too. Because throughout my story, I don't think I have complete notes. I never have complete notes. So at times I have to beg friends to help me write. I have to beg colleagues. I have to be their girl and their errand girl so that they will be able to write for me. So doing that make my friends want to be with me. You have to sacrifice something to fit in some space because you don't want to be left behind. So in some aspects, they know that this girl is useful. Hello, Grace, can you get me something outside there? No problem. But you have to write my notes. Don't worry, I'll write some notes. So, but me writing notes myself is like forcing me to do something I don't even want to do it. But coming from a home where they value education, then they believe that education is everything. You cannot tell them you are not going to school. You must go to school. You get to a stage in my life that I was like, who am I? Others will believe me. In short, you get to a stage that when somebody died, the only thing I pray that I want to get from that person that died is the knowledge to read and write. The way the person, maybe that person know how to read and write, can you just transfer how the reading and writing of that person to me to know how bad it is? Because in church, they will beat me. When others are reading memory verse from the book, I will not read. They thought I'm stubborn. They think it's stubbornness. Maybe I'm trying to prove stubborn, hard girl, and the rest like that. So I would rather take the cane than for me to read. So, but they don't know what is going on. When they want to say, my God, please, I don't like it. And they don't know what I'm going through. I rather take the cane and walk away. So in my school, in a government school, so you can easily jump out of window when you don't like the subject. You can easily walk out. Immediately the teacher is coming in, I will just walk out. I will go to the next class where there is no teacher. I will go and joke. I will go and play. Immediately the teacher is on, maybe those ones to have teacher to the other class. I don't really stay in class. So that I didn't go to school.
So you were skipping classes
Yes.
because you couldn't cope in that environment.
Yes.
And also the teacher didn't see that there was a need for them to include you.
You know, government school. In government school, they will not identify. In a class of 50 or 60, 70 students, how would they identify someone? If you don't even come to school, nobody will notice that you didn't come to school, except they are calling the register. So I'm growing up in North. You know, it's not even within this place, North, that we have two sections. We have morning and night section, morning and afternoon section, which the morning resume 8 o'clock and close 12:10. Afternoon we resume again and close around 4. So tell me, who will get their time? Who will take their time to study the child? Where there is a lot of notes to know. And going home again, when I get home, oh yeah, work and cover you. Oh yeah, your homework. In short, the person I don't want to meet at home is my dad. Because immediately you get home, you have to bring out your book and read. And you will sat down there and you will read. I will stay till you get tired and stand up. With annoyance. The rest will come, explain what they do in school. But me, meeting my daddy at home is like ta. Because we ask me what did I do in school. He asked me to explain. But you know, the notes I did not copy myself, how will I explain? The class that I did not attend, how will I explain?
So how did you manage to write exams?
You know, because it's public school, they will just call you to the night class and sit down. So copy for copy.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. So we are taking a whole lot of lessons from the experience you have just shared with us very briefly. I want to ask, did it make you question your abilities at one point? And when did you actually find out that you have dyslexia?
It really questioned my ability. It questioned my ability because after my secondary school, I had to write my wife twice. The first year before I wrote my wife, I told my mom that I don't want to write because they just waste their money. My mom was like, no, you might be lucky, you might be this. Do you know that I just realized that in my wife, instead of taking the female, I would take male. So there was the day I was sitting down that, oh, I did not get anything that wife. It's not funny. I did not get anything that way. Because all the questions, and I have a friend there, he's a head boy. So every time he got a question during that week, he will come and give me everything. And sincerely, it's everything that will come out. So how will I write? Because I cannot even remember.
So, from what you have shared, it appears that even dyslexia, we can see that it also has to do with memory.
Yes.
So there's a possibility that you have memory, and processing issues. For you to be able to process something and also be able to remember some of the things that you have also learned was also a challenge because of dyslexia.
Yes.
Okay, so it is not just on reading, writing, and spelling and comprehension.
Yes.
Then also, can I ask, how would you describe yourself when you now figure that you have dyslexia? At what age did you discover that you have dyslexia?
I just discovered that I had dyslexia. I discovered I had dyslexia 6 years ago. I was just going through a page on Facebook. Parents, teacher, something on CP something on Facebook. So I now come across someone dyslexia Nigeria talking about spelling, talking about reading, how it affects reading, how it affects confidence, how it affects some things. So I had to Google it myself. And I was like, do you know that I worked that night? I was like, this is what I'm going through. Thinking that, we Africa now, we think that in this battle of father or mother side, dyslexia is not a battle, it's a personal thing. It affects the brain. And I also read that it's hereditary.
Yes, it's hereditary. Yes,
So
it's genetic. It's a
my
genetic
dad can read,
condition.
my mom can read. So why did I not have dyslexia? I have younger ones, I have elder ones, and they are doing well in their school. Why me? Because They should know. I know myself. Adi Bain is not this dyslexia. I would say, I will bounce well. But even in my field, I'm also very well.
That's a very that's a very good compliment for yourself, because yes,
I'm not doing bad at all.
Because I know that if you are not very good academically, there are dyslexics who have abilities that are creative. So they have creative abilities, they can create things, they can think outside the box. They are the ones that do the very unconventional, work that you would not see in a typical, venture into.
And this work I'm doing, this portrait I'm showing now, it all started when I was in primary 4. We had this uncle then, Uncle Joe, is in Canada now. So he's my dad's last born. So we come to he was in our house then, he stayed with us before we got admission. So coming back from school, if you cannot read what you got from school, your notes, you will know it. So I was the only one that don't always eat. So, and my mom is into cardigan making. She make cardigan for school. So because of that, I changed my focus. So when others are busy reading, I will just go and stand with my mom. I will stand there. I started knitting at the age of 8 or 9. I can knit cardigan very well, but that's my main work. So I started knitting. Immediately my mother noticed that I can knit. She's looking for someone that will help her now. So I started the knitting. I can knit 10 in a day, I can knit 15 in a day, because I use all my strength for the knitting.
So you channel that energy.
So instead of my uncle beating me or punishing me, so I don't go close to him again. I just ran from anything. So my mom, I started knitting from primary 4. I will do the knitting, she will be happy. I can do up and down. I will do for schools, because she has schools that she supply them. So she have apprentices, but myself, I have my own nation personally. So she knows the work I will do with community very good. So I channel my energy.
So for your education, when did you stop?
I later proceeded to college of education.
So you had primary education, you had secondary, both. Okay, and then after secondary, you went for college of education. Okay, what did you study?
English social study.
English and social study. So you have an NC in English?
Yes, I have an NC in English social study. But that journey is another day.
Okay. What inspired you to go to college of education? Because when you go to
inspired me, because I didn't even want to go. But I told you at the beginning of this conversation, I come from a family, a home where education is compulsory. They don't want to know whether you are dying. They don't want to know whether you are having challenges, but you must go to school.
So your intention was to just further your education after secondary school?
And my intention was not to further my education. My intention was to just leave me alone, to be myself. Serious, because after my secondary school, one of my uncle called and told them that they should take me back to science class. I said, what's the meaning of this? Why would they? Who want to kill me? Am I the only girl in the family? There's other people that have girl in the family now. They say because so that I can study nurse. I said I'm not going anywhere. They should leave me alone. Why would I go back to and do science class or waiting now? They want to train me. My mother was like, how could you? I said, no, you don't know what I went through. Finishing that secondary school is like,
Thank you, Mrs. Odulami, for sharing that. It was very amusing, and I also like the fact that we're able to share it very freely, and we want to let you know this is a very safe space, and we would ensure that all that you have shared would let people know and see what it feels like to have a lived experience of dyslexia. What do you want parents and teachers and employers to understand about dyslexia?
I want you to understand that dyslexia is not a disease.
That's a misconception. Dyslexia is not a disease.
It's not a disease. It's a different way of learning.
Yes, it's a neurological condition that describes the brain variations, how we learn, how we process, and how we give out information, even how we interact with our environment.
And the distance of a child with a God has something to do with this excitement. Because imagine you seeing book and you thought it's book. Yes. till now, if I want to read for you, okay, let me just give you this one. 2 weeks ago, they had women program. So I happened to be their what the person I will be calling out everything.
Okay.
So and they gave me Bible
for
reading.
the young-
Yes, they gave me Bible reading. With my mind or my church mind, I thought I've rehearsed it at home with my son. I rehearsed it to Proverbs 31. I thought it's from beginning to 10. When I got to the footnote, my pastor I just whispered, from 10 to the end. You see this sweat.
Did you what happened?
I jumped, I just
started
read
sweating.
anyone. I just read each of I did not know. I only know that I finished it share. I don't even want to remember that my son did not talk about it. See, mommy, he did not even talk about it because we'll fight. So it's not a big experience having dyslexia. And if you're trying to work towards it, as an adult, if you are outgrown it, you just manage it.
But do you know that you don't outgrow dyslexia?
You don't outgrow dyslexia, and you manage it, you live with it. You'll be managing yourself.
No, it's just for you to get the right support because there's a way you actually teach individuals, even children who have dyslexia.
And what I do is that I go to school, I advocate, parent meeting, I explain to my own understanding. I make research on Google. I go to school. I even have some video then that I do go to. Immediately I found out, I started going to school because I'm a children teacher in the church. So I noticed some children. I go to their school. I question them. I ask. In short, you get to a stage. There are a parent. Both of them are just they are dyslexic.
Yes.
And their own is so worse.
Very severe.
All the 4 children, but they are good at standing up. But it's better to have this basic education so that you'll be able to support yourself. Yes, I'm going to collect that education. I don't work with it. I teach for a while. Okay, when I got to Lagos, I work with Testament company. So they are into okay. I work with a company, but it's my colleagues that supervise me. Because when I done with
what was your role? In that company, what was your role?
We update Google Map.
Okay.
We check streets in Lagos, in some states. So it's my colleagues that is very close to me that does most of my work. Immediately I'm done doing all the label on the spreadsheet and the rest like that, I submit to her like, and to me everything is fine. But to her, what should be correct? I later stopped the call. The pay is okay, but when I give back to my first son, my boss was like, "Shall you come back? Let me look for myself." I have to start looking for myself.
Okay. So now, I want to ask them, you are married.
Yes.
How has your husband been supportive, of your business, and then how has it been with you?
Yeah. My husband is amazing. He's trying. When he comes to the business, he just wants the business to stand out. So we can do your business with very neat. Once your work is neat and the presentation is fine, people will want to get your contact through someone. So even going, he's the one that bought my first machines as a birthday gift, my industrials. I was just at home then, and when I stopped my work, I was like, "What do you want for birthday?" So the next thing, someone just delivered my machine to me. Then we're still someone just delivered my machine to me. Immediately I was like, wow. And then I don't know how to sew stuff for. I'm just knitting cardigan. So this is my sportswear of a thing. So that I learned. I did not.
You learned it because you were observing your mom and you were helping her. So it was from there that you built that skill.
The knitting.
Okay, the knitting.
I have to hire someone for the sportswear and knitting. One thing about me is that when you're doing something in my presence, just do it in presence.
That's learning also. That's learning. There are different forms of learning. You can learn by observation.
Yes.
You can learn by doing. Role modeling.
Yeah.
When I do it, you do it. When I do it, you do it. So that's role modeling. So there are different forms of learning. Yes.
I'm not this type that you just call down and started talking and this is what you will do. No. I might be playing or I'm joking with you and you are doing something. I'm learning from there. But you don't expect me to be serious and you are teaching me. I will start playing a bit.
Oh, and I want to see how we conclude this conversation because I know that you've had a very peculiar experience with dyslexia. Do you have any, concluding words that you want to tell our viewers?
As an adult with dyslexia, some of adults don't believe that they have dyslexia. They only believe that they are not just good in writing. They are not good in spelling and the rest like that. So just make use of your strength. You need to create something. Have this mind of creating things. Being your own boss. Creating your own things within your environment and change the way others see you. Because I can fit in anywhere. Nobody can put me down. The fact that I discovered I'm a dyslexia does not stop me from going.
So we have our dyslexic hero. And thank you, Mr. Odulami. Yes, well done. Mr. Odulami that boosted your business. You told us about Mr. Odulami. Yes. So I wanted to do a shout out to Mr. Odulami. Thank you very much, Mr. Odulami. You are doing it very good.
He really supports my growth when it comes to this business. Because without him buying that machine, I may not even buy the machine. Because then I will go out and get the software work and give it to someone to do it for you. So I will take it back to school. So I started going from one school to another. Someone is asking, how do you go to school and convince them to buy? How did I go to school and convince them? I will just go to school. I'm into this, so I'm into that too. It depends the way you discuss with your clients and the rest like that.
Thank you, Mrs. Odulami. So for us to know that lived experiences are different. No one story is can be generalized or used for every other person who has dyslexia. So this is a peculiar one. And from what Mrs. Odulami has shared with us, we can tell that there are creative abilities that dyslexics usually have. She knows how to interact with people, building social skills. She must have learned that from when she was in school, and to understand that even as an adult, you need to be able to fend for yourself and be independent to support your family. She can make good connections and convince people to buy her products or even, take on her services, and that is why she's here. So for everyone who is watching us and you are thinking that what can I do even with dyslexia, because we see a lot of challenges and people tend to focus on that. Please leverage on your creative abilities. Look at your strengths and see what you can do with that. And when you have the right support system, it's just going to be a smooth journey, as a dyslexic. On this note, we have come to the end of this episode, which is for you to know that belonging is very important and understanding that everyone with dyslexia does not have a condition. Neither do they have a disease. Dyslexia is not a disease, but for us to understand that everybody deserves to be heard, everybody deserves to be seen, and every mind deserves to be understood. From Mrs. Odulami.
Bye.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you very much also for subscribing. Please turn on your notifications and follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. See you some other time on Voice Minds Podcast. Our next episode promises to also be very interesting and also engaging. Please leave us a message. Let us hear your review. Let us have your feedback. Thank you very much and goodbye and God bless.